Hello and welcome back to Currency Call. I'm Manisha Gupta. We'll start with the euro, which has eased against the dollar ahead of the ECB meet later in the evening. Markets are expecting Trichet to flag a pause in its monetary tightening cycle given the crisis in the eurozone. The single currency is expected to bounce if the ECB denies possibility of rate cut this year. Right now, euro on your screens 1.40 is holding for that one. The dollar index in the meanwhile is trading slightly higher, but the markets are nervous ahead of the Ben Bernanke's speech later tonight, and investors are looking for hints on the likelihood of more stimulus later this month. Obama's job speech is also in focus, and all of that is working on the dollar right now, trading at around 75.63, 2/10% of a gain coming in for the dollar index. In Asian currencies, they have had a rough trading session. The Indian rupee hit a one-year low against the greenback on short covering. Currently, the rupee is on your screens at 46.24, nearly 2/10% of a decline coming in for that currency as well. The South Korean won also declined, and so did the Indonesian rupiah in the Asian markets today. For more on all of those currencies, let's go across to Abhishek Goenka. He is CEO, India Forex Advisors, and he joins us in Mumbai phone line. Abhishek, hi, welcome to the show. Let's start with the global markets first, and it's quite a loaded day today. You have the ECB coming out, you have a Bernanke and an Obama speech as well. How are you looking at currencies ahead of that?
Hi, Manisha. Big day today. Yes, definitely, we have got some news from the Eurozone and the GDP coming up. And we do not expect much change in terms of rate hike or rate cut. Probably this will be more of a non-event where we might see some statements coming out in terms of providing funds in terms of 12-month or say kind of funds provided by the ECB in the market, because there's a lot of money market problems, as you can see. A lot of US funds are actually drawing a lot of money from the Eurozone, and if you see the funds that the US has been investing, or the US banks has been investing in Europe, has actually gone down by 10%. The main concern at this point of time is the liquidity in the market, so I think they would be saying something in providing liquidity. In fact, if you look at the Euribor OIS, which has gone up by around 79 basis points, which is kind of highest in 2.5 years, which is significantly, very, very high. And not much people have seen this kind of a liquidity problem in the market. So I think they're going to talk much about how to provide liquidity in the market in case of euro at least.
Most important of all these three events that you have in the next 20 hours, really, Obama's speech tomorrow early morning is touted as the most important. Are you expecting more money coming out, or stimulus, or a QE3, as many people like to call it, really being tabled out?
So I don't really feel that we are going to see a QE3 kind of a thing on tomorrow's speech. Tomorrow's speech will be more focusing on how there is a benefit that 14 million unemployed American people out there. So they might be talking about some tax cuts, maybe around 1-2% of tax cuts for the people. They might be focusing on a little bit on the infrastructure spending and how they're going to make the people benefit out of the entire unemployment situation out there. So I think it's going to be a tax cuts, infrastructure spending, and some measures to actually bring upon the consumer confidence, which has been very, very low in the last 2 years. But not a direct QE3, I would say.
Okay. Okay. Abhishek, the impact of all of this, and apart from the Indian markets, is seen on the Indian rupee as well. 1 year lows onto that one. We've crossed 46.20 today. That's how it's trading even at this point in time. How are you looking at the rupee going forward?
See, we have always maintaining a stronger dollar, and Manisha, and we still feel that the kind of move that we have seen in 2011 is nothing as compared to what we saw in 2008 when the rupee went from 39 to 52. And still, I think we are running a huge deficit in the current account. And the dollar would likely to get stronger because Indian and the Asian economies are not isolated. And in case of rupee, definitely we are underperforming various stock markets and various Asian currencies. So I think the rupee would still maintain its weakening spree. We are going towards the 46.50 and maybe 47 in the coming 2 to 3 months. I don't see fresh flows coming into Indian markets unless we see maybe November, December. We might expect some flows till the time the inflation will start receding a bit. And we might see some corrections in rupee coming up when we see some flows coming in terms of the FPOs and the overall IPOs lined up. But then I think those will be minor corrections where the market maker should actually go long in the USD INR pair, maybe something around 45, 60, 70, and I think we should again target 46.50 at least.
Very quickly, before we let you go, Abhishek, one quick word on the interest rate scenario really, because 25 basis points is what his market is factoring in on 16th of September. What's your own view?
I think that's really a no-brainer, Manisha. Everyone I think in the market is expecting 25 basis point, and I stick to that until and unless we really see some kind of a major event happening in 2-3 days time and from the US or the Eurozone, which actually creates a fresh bout of selling across risky assets. But I think the RBI is very, very keen and very, very clear that they want to maintain the inflation under control, and I think they give more importance to the local factors, which is inflation, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think 25 basis point is what we're going to see, plus a couple of statements from the RBI of how they're going to control inflation. I think definitely the growth figures are definitely good. Might get just revised even on a worse note, which is most likely expected in the market.
All right, Abhishek, we'll let you go at that. Thank you so much for taking time out for us today. So watch out for Rupee. That one could go to 46.5 to 47 as India Forex tells us. And of course, it's lots of data coming in next 24 hours that would give you further direction for all the markets in the global. With that, it's wrap on the segment of Currency Call. Thank you for watching.